Hello student, welcome to all of you. In last lecture we see multiplexing technique. Now in this lecture we discuss about the last topic from this chapter. The last topic is switching. In large network there can be multiple paths from sender to receiver. In order to connect multiple devices, one solution have point-to-point connection in between pair of devices. But this increase the number of connection. The other solution is to have central device and connect every device to each other via central device, which is generally known as star topology. Both these methods are wasteful and impractical for very large network. Hence, better solution for this situation is switching. The switching is a technique that will decide best route for data transmission. The switching technique is used to connect the system for making one-to-one communication. A switched network is made up of series of interconnected nodes, which are called as switches. Switches are devices which are capable of creating temporary connection between two or more devices, which are linked to switch. Some of these nodes are connected to end system, whereas others used only for routing purpose. Switched communication network are those in which data transferred from source machine to destination machine, which is routed between various intermediate nodes. Switching is a technique by which node control or switch data to transmit in between specific point on a network. This diagram represents switched network in which number of switches are available in between transmission of two systems. There are three common switching techniques. First one, circuit switching. Second one, packet switching. And third one is message switching. We discuss all one by one. So start with circuit switching. In circuit switching, a dedicated path is established across sender and receiver, which is maintained for entire duration of conversation. In the circuit switching technique, once connection is established, then the dedicated path will remain to exist until connection is terminated. A complete end-to-end path must exist before communication takes place. In circuit switching, the routing decision is made when path is set up across given network. After the link has set in between sender and receiver, then the information is forwarded continuously over provided link only. When any network node wants to send data, which is maybe audio, video, text or any other types of information, a call request signal is sent to receiver and acknowledged back to ensure availability of dedicated path. This dedicated path is then used to send data. Fixed data can be transferred at the time in circuit switching technology. Communication through circuit switching has three phases. The phases are: first one, circuit establishment; second one, data transfer; and third one is circuit disconnect. To establish end-to-end connection before any transfer of data, some segment of circuit may be dedicated link where some other segment may be shared. Transfer of data from source to destination is known as data transfer. The data may be analog or digital, which are depending on nature of network. The connection is generally full duplex. Then circuit disconnect, terminate connection at the end of data transfer. Signal must be propagated to deallocate dedicated resources. Thus, the actual physical electrical path or circuit between source and destination host must be established before message is transmitted. This connection, once established, remains exclusive and continuous for complete duration of information exchange, and the circuit becomes disconnected only when the source wants to do so. Then next, advantage: fixed bandwidth and guaranteed capacity. That means there is an end-to-end link, and since end-to-end link is there, the bandwidth is fixed and it does not change. After the establishment of link, both ends know what is possible transfer rate and there is no possibility of congestion. Second advantage is low variance in end-to-end delay. There is a low variance in end-to-end delay. There is a constant delay. This delay is essentially the propagation time, so there is no other delay involved in this communication. Once the path is set up, the only delay is in data transmission speed. Then third, no problem of congestion or garbled message. The communication channel is end-to-end dedicated. Disadvantage: long setup time is required. It takes a long time to establish a connection during which no data can be transmitted. Then the circuit establishment and circuit disconnect introduce extra overhead and delay. The request token must travel to receiver and then acknowledge before any transmission can happen. More expensive than any other switching technique because a dedicated path is required for each connection. It is inefficient to use because once the path is established and no data is transferred, then the capacity of the data is wasted. In this case, the connection is dedicated, therefore no other data can be transferred even if channel is free. Application: ARPANET used circuit switching for communication over the network. Circuit switching is generally used in public network. It comes into existence for handling voice traffic in addition to digital data. However, digital data handling by the use of circuit switching method are proved to be inefficient. This diagram represents circuit switching technique in which there are multiple switches are present between two end systems. If two end systems or two devices are want to communicate with each other, first they create a connection between them using available switches, and only after that the actual transmission of data is possible. Like in this diagram, suppose the device A want to communicate with device B. There are multiple switches are present between both, means like S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, S6. Also there are multiple paths are possible also. So for connection or communication purpose, A established the particular connection with device B, like using switch S1, S2, S4, S6. So the path between A and B for message transfer is from A to S1, then S1 to S2, then S2 to S4, S4 to S6, and after that B. So this is a possible path, or this is the path between A and B, which is always follows by all message which are transmitted between A and B. The next is message switching. In message switching technique, there is no establishment of dedicated path between sender and receiver. Instead of establishing a dedicated physical line between sender and receiver, the message is sent to the nearest directly connected switching node. So message switching is a switching technique in which message is transferred as a complete unit and routed through the intermediate node at which it is stored and forwarded. This intermediate node stores the message, checks for error, select the best available route and forward the message to the next intermediate node. So lines become free again for other messages. The destination address is appended to the message. Message switching provides a dynamic routing as message is routing through the intermediate node based on information available in the message. Message switches are programmed in such a way so that they can provide the more efficient routes. Each and every node stores the entire message and then forward it to next node. So this type of network is also known as stored and forward network. Message switching treats each message as an independent entity. So each message can follow different path. These are the advantage of message switching. There is a no circuit setup is required in advance. Data channel are shared among communicating devices that improve the efficiency of using available bandwidth. Traffic congestion can be reduced because the message is temporarily stored in the nodes. Message privacy can be used to manage the network. Data rate conversion is possible. The size of message which is sent over the network can be varied. Therefore, it supports the data of unlimited size. Disadvantage: the message switches must be equipped with sufficient storage to enable them to store the message until the message is forwarded. The long delay can occur due to storing and forwarding facility provided by the message switching technique. Next, application. The stored and forward method was implemented in telegraph message switching center. Today, although many major network and systems are packet switch or circuit switch network, their delivery process can be based on message switching. For example, in most electronic mail system, the delivery process is based on message switching, while the network is in fact either circuit switched or packet switched. This is a diagram which represent message switching. In this, both message, that is message 1 and message 2, can follow different path. Like for message 2, it follows the dashed line path, where for message 1 it follows solid line path, whereas source and destination of both message are same. Same diagram, that is both message originated from same source for same destination, but the path is different. Next one is packet switching. The packet switching is a switching technique in which message is sent in one go, but it is divided into smaller pieces and they are sent individually. That means it is a mode of data transmission in which message is broken into number of parts which are sent independently over whatever route is optimum for each packet and reassembled at the destination. The message splits into smaller pieces known as packet, and packet are given unique number to identify their order at the receiving end. Every packet contains some control information in its header which is required for routing and other purpose, such as source address, destination address and sequence number. In packet switching, different packets can pass through different route. Packet will travel across network taking the shortest path if possible. All the packets are reassembled at the receiving end in correct order. If any packet is missing or corrupted, then the message will be sent to resend the message. If the correct order of packet is reached, then acknowledgement message will be sent from destination to sender. Advantage: it is cost effective because in packet switching technique, switching device do not require massive secondary storage to store the packet, so cost is minimized to some extent. Therefore, we can say that packet switching technique is cost effective technique. If any node is busy, then the packet can be rerouted. This ensures that packet switching technique provide reliable communication. Then packet switching is an efficient technique. It does not require any established path prior to transmission, and many users can use same communications channel simultaneously. Hence, makes use of available bandwidth very efficiently. Disadvantage: In this, different packet can follow different path, so they may arrive out of order. Packet switching technique cannot be implemented in those applications that require low delay and high quality services. The protocol used in packet switching technique are very complex and requires high implementation cost. If the network is overloaded or corrupted, then it requires retransmission of lost packets. It can also lead to loss of critical information if errors are not recovered. Applications. Packet switching is used to optimize the use of channel capacity available in digital telecommunication network such as computer network and minimize transmission latency and to increase robustness of communication. So, packet switching is used in the internet and most local area network. Then this diagram represent packet switching. This will be the transfer of message. Here sender transmit single message which are divided into four parts. Each part can follow different path to send from or to transmit from sender to receiver which are available, and at receiver side the packet are reassembled to create single message again. The order of sender or order of receiving the message may be different when we consider packet. This single table represent the difference between socket switching and packet switching technique. Here call setup or connection is required before conversation in circuit switching, not needed in packet switching. There is a dedicated physical path available in circuit switching, not in packet switching. Then in circuit switching, each packet follow same route which is created before actual transmission. In packet switching, different route will be followed by each packet. At circuit switching, packet arrived in order. In packet switching, it is out of order. In circuit switching, the path is fixed, hence available bandwidth is also fixed, whereas in packet switching, it is dynamic or change for every path. Time of possible congestion at circuit switching is only at setup time, but for packet switching, it is congestion occurred on every packet is possible. Potentially wasted bandwidth is circuit switching is possible, but there is a no wastage of bandwidth at packet switching network. Then stored and forward transmission is not possible in circuit switching, whereas it is possible in packet switching. Transparency is provided by circuit switching, not provided by packet switching. Then there are some of the physical layer devices. First device is repeater. These two diagrams represent basic functionality which are performed by repeater at physical layer. The repeater operates at physical layer. Its job is to regenerate signal over the same network before the signal becomes too weak or corrupted, so as to extend the length to which signal can be transmitted over the same network. An important point to be noted about repeater is that they do not amplify the signal. When the signal becomes weak, then copy the signal bit by bit and regenerate it at original strength. So, it is responsible for regeneration of signal. It is a two-port device. Repeater can connect two segments of same LAN, but it does not connect two different LAN. It can be used to create a single extended LAN. When it receives the frame from any port, it regenerates and forward it to other port. It has no filtering capability. Then second device is hub. Hub is basically a multi-port repeater. A hub connects multiple wires coming from different branches For example, the connector in star topology which connect different stations. Hub cannot filter data, so data packets are sent to all connected devices. In other words, collision domain of all hosts connected through hub remains 1. Also, they do not have intelligence to find out best path for a data packet, which leads to inefficiency and wastage. There are two types of hub. First one, passive hub. These are the hub which collect wiring from nodes and power supply from active hub. This hub relays signal onto network without cleaning and boosting them and can't be used to extend distance between nodes. So it's just a connector. Second one is active hub. These are the hub which have their own power supply and can clean, boost and relay the signal along the network. It serves both as repeater as well as wiring center. These are used to extend maximum distance between nodes. So these are the two devices which are used by physical layer. Thank you.